3DS XL. Why am I talking to you like a speak and spell? No shirt, by the way. I am coming to you live with this message because Nintendo has made a new product. The new 3DS XL. This thing's like a dream come true. It's got amazing controls, a freaking great display, and awesome games to choose from. It's freaking great. Now, I'm not here to promote one of Nintendo's new products. That's not what I do. No, I'm a reviewer. I review games and new stuff. You see, GameStop had a demo of it set up of the new 3DS XL with Majora's Mask on there, and I just found that I was drawn to it, and I walked over and I played it, and I was like, this is amazing. This is something I have to have. So I'm going to be bringing you guys a full review of this thing, the goods, the bads, and the questionable decisions that I'm not sure why Nintendo decided to put these features on it. So let's get into this review. So this is pretty cool. It's a nice little got a nice feel to it. It's got the LNR. One thing that is kind of unquestionable to me, and I don't really know why Nintendo did this, maybe for people with big fingers, is they added these two buttons here. Now this, just like in games like Majora's Mask and most newest games, this is basically serves as the LNR feature. When you open it up, it looks just like the original 3DS XL, which is nice. It's got the button here, C-stick right here, which helps a lot with navigation when you're playing Majora's Mask or whatever, or what have you. I tried it with Super Smash, and all it did was do your traditional button layout here. It's one thing I love about this system is the bottom. It's got a nice look to it. It's got the power button right here on the bottom, and the C-stick, when you take it out, it's pretty different looking. You can't really see it very well, but it's kind of fatter, and it's I don't know, it's smaller, it's a little shorter, but it's pretty comfortable. They basically didn't have it go this way, they had it go this way, like up. The only problem with this is for comfort. It's not all that comfortable when you're playing a game. When you have your game open and you kind of have to pry it from the bottom, that's a little bit irritating to do. It's nice to have it just like slide out with your finger. With the old original DS, not the 3DS, the original DS, they had a very slender, very skinny stylus that came out from the side again, and it was so skinny that you could basically go like this with the system and it would practically fall out. With the new 3DS, you basically have to pick at it a little bit in order to get it to come out, which is good because it makes it more securely in your system. Now let's talk about the structure of it. Now, when I was switching out the SD cards and trying to get the back off of it, it was kind of plastic feeling, kind of felt a little bit cheap when I opened it, but all in all, it feels really good. It feels like pretty smooth, kind of like a Samsung Galaxy phone feels. Now let's talk about storage. The SD card, which was originally in the system, got replaced with a micro. Very small and very compact. Now, the transition for this was problematic to most gamers. The good news is Nintendo organized a very good way to transfer your data without having to pry a whole lot of stuff open. They organized a system where you could just take your old DS, transfer it from the old DS to the new DS as a system transfer. This only was useful if you had both systems with you. So the problem with me was I sold my 2DS in order to get this new 3DS. And while that was a pretty good choice, it was not efficient in the long run. I had to call Nintendo, have them look up the, serial number of my old DS and get my old DS information before they could transfer it. On the bright side, Nintendo was actually able to get all my stuff back. They were able to look up my account information and they were able to transfer it over to my new 3DS. They were completely understanding of the situation and they handled it really well. And that's a company that I'm 100% behind. Now let's talk about the good stuff. The stuff that Nintendo has absolutely perfected with the system. The typical feel of it. Now, the feel of the Nintendo DS system all overall is really good. Now, I know I did a review a few months ago on the 2DS and how you shouldn't bash it, but the flat style of the entire thing, it made it feel a little bit like chunky, like a tablet maybe, and it made the L and R buttons a little bit harder to reach, and that was irritating for me. The new system has very smooth L and R buttons. I don't usually use the new ones that they put in the system, but it's really, really, really comfortable. Another big good thing about the new 3DS is the 3D function. Now, I played with it, Adam played with it, we both agree the 3D is just better on the new 3DS. Why is that? Well, basically, when the 3DS first came out, people didn't entirely love the 3D function. It was a wonderful idea, but it was just, it gave you eye strain. And it was glitchy and a little bit distorted and, I don't know, felt kind of incomplete when you played it. This new 3D function cuts down on the eye strain by 99%. Not to mention it has a sensor on the top of the system that follows your eye around, and it allows you to be able to rotate the DS around your head without having to lose the 3D function. They put thought into this system. They put genius into it, and they put so much more enjoyment into the system that you can never get out of, like, let's say, the original Nintendo DS. The thing is, Nintendo has made a great product that they don't have to overhype, and I just don't understand why kids are still trying to get their hands on Grand Theft Auto when something like this is out. This is a product that is worth its weight in value, and it has been well thought out and very much appreciated. It is well appreciated by me. That's it. I'm going to wrap up with that. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm Luke from LNA Gaming. Peace out.